I want to let us know this very important truth concerning marriage. One major reason why marriages are failing, especially marriages of big men, celebrities, popular men, rich people, and even high-profile men of God. Your marriage will not succeed because of your pedigree. Your marriage will not succeed because of who you are. Your marriage will only succeed because of how you decide to run it. It's a relationship. It's a relationship. Your marriage will not respect your pedigree. Your marriage will not respect your position. Your marriage will not respect your status in society. Your marriage will not respect the way people see you. The relationship is between you and the woman you married, or you and the man you married. This is one major reason why marriages of many celebrities are crashing. This is one major reason why people marry people that they feel there is no reason why marriage shouldn't succeed with this person. Sometimes you look at people that you feel their marriage is made in heaven. Sometimes there is a saying that marrying a comedian doesn't automatically mean your marriage will be happy and funny. You see, the relationship won't respect that fact that this person is this kind of person, and this man is this kind of man, and this is this woman, this is who she is. Your relationship won't respect that. It's how you decide to run the relationship that determines the success or failure of that relationship. Okay? So, your marriage will only succeed because you decide to run it in a way that can only make for success. It's how you decide to run it. So determine to build a stable and progressive relationship today. See, I often say this: a champion team will always do better than a team of champions. A champion team is a team that conducts itself, a team that handles the game in a champion way. But a team of champions is a team where each individual is a champion in his or her own field, in his or her own world, is a champion already. And so they come together with that mentality of, come on, we are champions, we are definitely going to win, and they lose. They lose to a team that the individuals are not even known. They are not champions, but they are running their team, they are running their affair in a champion way. Does that sound like Nigerian national team that has a lot of champions doing well in foreign leagues all over the world, and then when they come together they cannot win a match in Africa? Sorry, that's by the way. That a champion team will always defeat a team of champions. Note that. This is one reason why sometimes you see high-profile men of God, even men of God, failing in their marriages. They help other people with their own marriages. They counsel. It's not that they are not wise concerning marriage. They counsel people in marriage. But in their own marriage, they somehow, subconsciously, inadvertently, expect their marriage to work because of who they are and because of what they know and because of how close they are to God. Somehow, their wives also expect that marriage with this man should work because of who he is, because of what he knows, what he has been preaching, the things that have been coming out of his mouth, and because of how close he is to God. They expect the marriages of these people to work. And so these people neglect the champion way of running the marriage. They expect the marriage to work simply because they are champions. And sometimes, many times, they fail woefully. They fail woefully. Determine to build your marriage, determine to build your relationship in a champion way. Determine to build it, to run it in a way that would, preclude quarrels as much as possible. Quarrels are inevitable, they must come. But you see, when it comes to quarrels, let me not go in depth into that. There is no family that doesn't quarrel. But you can also say there can be a wife, there can be a family, a husband and wife that have not quarreled. If the man is telling you, I've never quarreled with my wife, he could be right and he could also be wrong. He would be wrong in the sense that they have had disagreements. Definitely. But he may be right by saying they have not quarreled because they have never allowed that disagreement to degenerate to a fight or a separation. A quarrel is a disagreement, I define it as a sharp disagreement that could degenerate to a fight or a separation. That's a quarrel. That's like what happened between Paul and Barnabas in Acts of the Apostles chapter 15, verse 36. So even men of God can quarrel. This was a union that was made in heaven. the Holy Spirit himself. The Bible did not say that they spoke in the Holy Spirit. The Bible said the Holy Spirit himself said, separate for me Paul and Barnabas for the work I have assigned to them. They were bonded in heaven by God to do a task. And at the beginning of their task, at the beginning, they hadn't gone too far. They separated because of a quarrel, a disagreement. You can decide to look at who is right or who is wrong. I actually think the leader of that relationship, Paul, I believe God set him out as a leader because God is wise. In every two there must be a head. So it wasn't stated in the Bible, but I believe God ordained him to be the head of that duo. I personally believe he was wrong in that disagreement that made them separate. But the head is the head. They shouldn't have separated. That's by the way. But my point is, anything can cause a separation. Anything can cause a fight. Anything. So you must determine to handle your relationship in a way that will preclude these things, in a way that will handle quarrels, handle fights, in a way that will keep the relationship afloat, no matter the fight, no matter the quarrel. And when that happens, people will say, God brought these two people together. The marriage is made in heaven. God ordained them for each other. You will even be bragging and telling people, the wife God gave me. No, it's actually the wife you chose. We choose our wives. God doesn't impose wives on us. There are people that God shows their wives or their husbands. God can. He still does that even to today. He can inspire you to marry someone. He can even show you in a dream, in a vision, the person, the husband or wife you're going to marry. But God will not expect you to depend on him for running that relationship. That relationship made in heaven can fail. I've given the instance from the one in the Bible. It can fail. A marriage that God himself ordained that these two will live forever, that marriage can fail within 1 year. I tell you, God will still be God on the throne. It's the human beings involved that will make it fail. It's the human beings that will fail to keep it afloat. It's also the human beings, even a marriage that people may predict that this marriage is doomed to fail. This marriage is doomed, as I didn't say God will predict. God does not predict the failure of any marriage. God actually sent someone to marry a prostitute. That's an example of a marriage that is already, in the eyes of men, doomed to fail. So a marriage that people see as is a failure, this man and this woman don't fit each other, a marriage that is in that sense doomed to fail, if the people make up their minds to run it in a champion way, if those two make up their minds that no, this marriage will not fail, not in my hands, not under my watch, they make up their minds that we will surmount every challenge, we will fill every valley, we will climb every mountain together. They determine that they can make that marriage succeed, and the people that felt it would fail, they will change their minds with time. A champion team will always defeat a team of champions. God bless you.